This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Caroline Dubois in London. Caroline, it's good to see you. How are you? How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Happy to be here. It's a massive occasion. I'm excited. I want to get cracking.
You boxed a matter of, a week and a half ago now. Back out again March 7th. How excited are you for activity going into 2025?
I'm very excited to be active. I'm very excited to be here and be a face that I want this year to be my year. I think it can happen. I think it can happen if I, have big fights and have big performances, and that's what I'm planning.
For those big fights, those big performances, you need a dance partner. As of yet, we don't have one for March 7th. What can you tell me? Where do things stand?
No, Terri Harper hasn't found her pen yet, and I don't know if she ever will. She's been quite disappointing, to be honest, but we move, like I said, and like my team has said, my career isn't set on just one person. It's dominating at 135. That's my goal. I want to be a 105-pound undisputed world champion, and we're gonna get around to her in a roundabout way. We're gonna get around to all the belts in a roundabout way. We're gonna find out who it is we're fighting, and move from there.
On the theme of Terri Harper, I went on social media, and I think it's 4 or 5 days ago, she put a post out saying that she's waiting to hear about an offer. So what?
Sent a long time ago. Maybe she just didn't check it. She didn't check it. It's been sent, and she's refused it. We sent big numbers, big money. She wants retirement money. Her heart is out the door. Her arsehole is back. I don't know where she left it. Maybe in the ring that she fought Alycia Baumgardner, and the fire, the intensity is gone. She's in the same, and it's a shame because it could have been a great fight. On this occasion, on this moment, it could have been a really big fight. It could have stole the show, but her heart isn't in it. That's what my feeling, my gut is saying. And we sent big numbers over, and she refused them. She turned them down.
On that note of numbers, I know you can't divulge too much, but if you're suggesting she wants retirement money, how far off would you say the offer that was sent across was to what she wanted?
I would have thought that was retirement money, but it needed to be bigger than that. She needed, I don't know what she was looking for, but she ain't about it. She ain't about it anymore.
Obviously, Matchroom have another world champion in Beatriz Ferreira. There's been a lot of talk about you two crossing paths at some point. When do we see yourself and Beatriz Ferreira share the ring?
Oh, definitely by the end of this year. I see Beatriz has been the toughest fight at 135, and that's even taken into account of Alycia Baumgardner. Just stylistically, I think Beatriz is a tougher opponent, and because of that, I want it to be a big occasion. I want to get the money that I deserve, and I want it to be an occasion that I think, brings in the value of the fight. There was an occasion I just brought up previously, Amanda Serrano and Kate Taylor. The first fight was scheduled, and it was Amanda who pulled out. Her team, everyone around her, took notice that this is a huge fight. This is a massive fight. What we're getting right now, we can get bigger. They pulled out, they waited 6 months, and guess what? They got the biggest payday ever in women's boxing. I'm not saying I'm asking for £1 million to fight Beatriz. I'm not saying anywhere there that, but I know it can be bigger than what it is if I fought her right now. And hopefully we both keep building, we both keep growing. She's my toughest fight, I believe. You never know, I can get in the ring and blow her out in 2-3 rounds, but just stylistically, she's an Olympic silver medalist, Olympic bronze medalist. I see her as the toughest fight. I'm not going to fight her and then go down and fight Terri Harper and go down and fight who? Some nobody that I want it to build up, like in levels, If you're playing a game, the boss level is the final game, and I'm not giving Bea this respect that she is that, but in terms on paper, I believe she's my toughest opponent. I want to get the credit, the respect, the money for fighting that girl.
I know in the past that Mr. Ben Shalom, your promoter, and Eddie Hearn maybe haven't necessarily seen eye to eye at points in their careers. What's that relationship like now in trying to get some of these fights made, as far as you're aware?
I don't know. I don't speak to Eddie. I don't know how his relationship is with Ben. That's up to Ben. Ben is a promoter. His goal is to network and communicate with people, and that's up to him and my manager to sort out. So I don't really know.
You mentioned Alycia Baumgardner as well. Now, I know we spoke about it before the camera fight, but given how things are currently looking in your division, do you think a name like that or another big name might come into play at some point this year before you complete that circuit of trying to become undisputed?
I hope so. If I have all the belts, I know it'll be engaging and a draw for her and a magnet. She's looking to call herself the best. She's talked about moving up in weight. She's talked about jumping up all the way to 147. But I think she's doing that because she knows that she fights close to Shields, gets beat. She can always say, I dare to be great. I fought one of the best fighters in the world. and I jumped up to 147. But by doing that, she's biding past all the other weights where she can get beat and she can't pull that excuse. I want to fight with Alycia Baumgardner, but I know for it to happen, it has to be built just like the Beatriz fight, and we're getting to that stage. We're going to be building for big nights and big fights.
Caroline, I also want to get your thoughts on that main event, Natasha Jonas, Lauren Price. I know I've just heard you say about you're going to be asked a lot. Are you going to give a kind of a split opinion? You're not sure which way to lean, but just give me your thoughts as to why this is such a close fight and how, or what will be the key rather for either woman to come out on top.
Yeah, I remember when Tash was fighting Michaela Mayer, I counted her out completely. I thought she would lose the fight. I thought it would be a one-sided, just overwhelming thing. And the fight happened, and I would say first 5 rounds, my jaw was on the floor. I was, completely shocked. The performance that Tash was able to pull out the bag. And I feel like if she can do the same thing again against Lauren Price, we can see a similar situation come out. I'm sure it's going to be close, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's controversial. But if Tash can pull out another performance like she did against Michaela Mayer, she's a game and a threat in the division and a threat to Lauren Price. She's got power, she's got strength, and it's going to be a hard fight. But Lauren Price, she's talented. She's the new kid on the block. She got speed, she got power. She's shown in the last one. It's going to be an exciting fight. Like I said previously, I don't think I can be making predictions right now. But all I know, the fans are winning.
In terms of big female rivalries, there's another one which is brewing, a potential rematch between Sandy Ryan and Michaela Mayer. What are your thoughts if they were to square off again next?
Great fight. I'm excited for that fight. I love the first one. My eyes are glued to the telly watching it. Great fight, and I'm very happy to see it again. I think it can go the exact same way if Sandy Ryan loses her head and just loses her head. I believe going into the first fight that Sandy has the ability to beat Michaela. She's quicker, she's stronger, she's faster, and she's bigger. The only thing that she does lack is a little bit of discipline, and I said it going into the first fight. It'll be the discipline that's the beating of her, and I felt watching the fight, Michaela Mayer was so disciplined. Listened to the instructions of her corner so well. She kept her head and was so in control, just within herself. And I think it can unfortunately happen again, But Sandy has the ability to beat her, so it's going to be a close fight again, and it's going to be a great fight again.
Caroline, I appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for speaking to me.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.